Hey, babe.
Hey,
Should tell them where we are.
we're at Trent Alley's.
That's right. Trent and Allie were kind enough to allow us to ship some packages here so that when we return from Portugal, we could have the things that we need before we begin what is now our very long drive down to Florida to help with hurricane relief efforts. Just to fill you in, after exploring and adventuring across the world as digital nomads for the past 8 years, Drew and I had just returned from our second 3-month property search in Portugal. And because our 3-month visas had expired, we flew back from Portugal to Florida to Michigan and finally all the way back to our Sprinter van that had been waiting for us in storage for 5 months here in Utah. And if you saw our last episode, then you know that the day we flew back to Utah was also the same day that Hurricane Ian devastated our family's home in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, where we were now planning to drive to and help in whatever way we could. How many miles do we have, babes?
Depends if we're going to the West Coast before we go to the East Coast.
We might need to make a pit stop at our storage unit in San Diego before we go all the way east to Florida, but it's a little bit of a tough decision to make. It adds about a day of driving, but at this point, Drew's parents are actually not allowed to be on their property where the hurricane devastated their home. It's actually 2 homes. They had a rental property next door.
Here is my 2 houses, the green one and the one with the siding all off. Look at the poor neighbor, it's gone.
So there's going to be a lot of cleanup, but they are not able to get started until a week from now.
You guys feel like you've accomplished a lot out here as far as cleanup?
We've done a ton, but there's still another ton to do. I hate to say it that way.
Because search and rescue crews are in there, it's only search and rescue allowed on the island. So we have a decision to make today. Do we go east or do we go west?
Let's just say we're about 2,500 miles from Fort Myers, Florida right now. And if we go west, that adds on about another 800 miles to our drive.
Either way, we got a lot of driving ahead. But first, it was time for us to refuel and get our fill of Leo smiles. And drum roll, please. Trent's homemade chocolate chip pancakes. Before we hit the very long road ahead. Because after the news that we had endured, these guys knew exactly what we needed. Coffee, hot showers, laughter, and just some very sweet time with friends. Which, actually, all that, plus the good night's sleep that we were able to have, seems like it could cure almost anything. It's so beautiful in here.
Yeah, the tree colors are changing for fall.
Wow.
Look at those colors.
Beautiful.
Yeehaw! That calls for my cowboy hat. So we just left our friends, Trent and Allie. They were guiding us down the road and they pulled their truck over because they got amazing news. They're gonna get the cement that they've needed to pour the foundation and finish their project at their house before the winter season comes. And so they turned back, they said their goodbyes, and we're on our way.
This is a very good day for our friends.
A very good day for them. I'm so happy.
A little reminder that in the midst of a cloudy season of life, there are always little rays of sunshine to be celebrated. We're here to pick up a fridge.
Hey, how's it going? Here to pick up a refrigerator?
We're hoping to bring this fridge to Florida and help relieve some of the hurricane.
Stuff, yeah. Delivery, straight to the van.
Look at that. Wow.
Perfect. Thank you for your help.
That, my friends, is another fridge that we can use to help out our family and friends who are without power, electricity, food.
What's so great about this fridge is that it's 12 volt, and that means you don't have to have power on the grid, that we can basically use low voltage to power it. It can go mobile.
Cold drinks for everyone working hard to sort of excavate and recover their lives out there. But we got a long drive ahead, that's for sure. We're still in Utah.
These clouds out here tonight. I'd say this looks like a pretty good camp spot. Sun's setting out here behind us. You hear a little bit of background noise from the road.
But inside
we're happy.
You don't hear anything. It's very peaceful in here. And
We didn't make it as far as we thought we would today, but we're afraid to make it all the way to Las Vegas because it just seems really hot down in the desert, and we just like to sleep so cozy and comfortably.
This is perfect here. It's nice and chilly.
I still can't believe we're driving to the West Coast before heading all the way east.
Yeah. Smoothie time.
We started right here in Salt Lake City. We cruised down, spent the night here in St. George, and today we'll be crossing all the way down here to San Diego, and then we'll go to our storage unit and be going all the way across the I-10 through Texas, Louisiana, all the way through the Panhandle and down to Fort Myers.
About to hit the road for day 2 of our Florida-bound road trip. So today we'll be crossing from
Southern Utah through Nevada down to SoCal.
What a drive, guys, but it'll be worth it. While Drew's parents waited word on when they would be able to access their home to begin recovery works, we were grateful that they had their Sprinter van to live in the meantime, and that we had the ability to not only take our home, but also our work and our young muscles to help too. But it was going to be quite the journey with a few unforeseen situations before we got there. Little bit of foreshadowing here.
Would somebody tell this van to quit drinking the gas? It'd be nice if we didn't have to fill up, right?
I have seen you here before.
We are now in California. Woo-hoo.
For those of you who are new to our story, Drew and I actually lived in Los Angeles for 4 years before choosing the nomadic way of life, which explains why our storage unit happened to be on the West Coast. And while there were many things we loved about being over here, one thing we definitely didn't miss was the traffic. This is where our friends live. Van lifers turned into landowners.
What's up? Oh, that's your steak.
Oh, that was close.
I feel like I'm at Camp Burning Man right now. I'll spin us around really quick.
Grateful to be spending the night visiting with some of our dear friends. It'll be nice to kind of talk about something other than the hurricane. It's been weighing on our minds, of course.
All right, that's got to be enough mushrooms. But if not, we got plenty more.
How high can you get it? I'm like, it's thrown out of the frame. Yeah. There it is. Beautiful. And
Jess is always nice. So round.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you following the rules of pizza making?
Yes, of course.
You do a very good job.
Look at that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, look at that.
Wow. Whoa,
that's
that looks
crispy.
Amazing.
What was the word for this? Par bake.
Yeah.
Learning from the best.
We've heard about these pizza ovens before, but we've never actually used one. Can you believe it?
Here we go. Gotta give it a little shove. Oh. What happens when Drew starts talking? He forgets about his pizza and the burn happens.
You're doing it again.
Yes, pizza's burning.
All right. No, we got it.
Oh.
Look at that sizzle.
Wow, I hear it. It's happening. It's time.
Whoa.
Yay. It's gonna get covered in spinach now.
Everybody in there? All right. See, he's practicing. I told everybody to use their Kermit the Frog voice. Pizza night! Thanks for having us, guys. This is great.
Italian decals.
You see this box right here? It's our RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding.
Some of you have been with us since we self-converted our van back in 2019. Look at how small I am in here. Look at this.
Where are you, babe?
I'm back here! And currently, the mattress that we've been sleeping on is that same one, which is more like a foam square that we've tried to flip and flop and somehow get a better night's sleep on. But now, finally, it's time for a true upgrade. Delivered for free in a box for easy transportation, it's flexible, odorless, and custom made in the USA. Available in a number of different dimensions and thickness options, including ones that are particularly hard to find for motorhomes and travel trailers. This one is the Dream Foam Essential in the short queen size.
It's really cool. It's vacuum sealed, which made it really small for shipping.
Let her loose.
It's growing.
Along with having a spill and stain resistant finish, something that really adds to the comfort level is the Gel Swirl Memory Foam on top, which also has a cooling effect.
Wow.
And when you use our link and the code Mr. and Mrs. Adventure, you will get 20% off the perfect mattress for your van or RV. So whatever adventures the road has in store for you, you can rest assured knowing that you have a cozy bed to sleep in each night.
And wake up in each morning.
Sweet dreams.
Sleep tight.
Actually, time to wake up. Good morning. It's another day on the road, and today we arrived to our storage unit. There are some essential items, not only that we hope to donate to those who have been devastated, but also this is the last time that we'll get to come back to our storage unit before flying back to Portugal in about 3 months or so, once we get our paperwork back from the Portuguese consulate. So first we're going to help Drew's parents rebuild their dream, and then we're anticipating by February, then we'll be headed back for Europe to pursue our own path and dreams. We're almost at the storage unit. We gotta make this a quick trip because after this we gotta make our way entirely across the country.
It's crazy how expensive gas is here in California. It's nearly $1 more than it is in Nevada. We're paying about $6 per gallon here. I think this fill-up's gonna cost about 125 bucks. It really kills me with the price of gas that the pump tops off and stops at $125. Gotta swipe again, refill again. One water jug?
3 hours seems to be the minimum amount of time we ever spend at our storage unit. We've had this storage unit, it's a little 5x5 footer, for 7 years now. It's definitely been very useful to us. So I'm feeling pretty good about what we picked up today. Any final thoughts over here?
Can somebody pick out my clothes for me? Which clothes should I take?
Some hardworking clothes that can get real dirty.
What do you think about that one, guys? Need my muscles.
Bring them. Bring those muscles. Wow. I could actually fit in here. I don't think we've ever had this much room in our storage unit.
Let's check.
Oh no.
Glad I didn't take out your nose.
I'm glad you didn't lock me in.
You see this, guys? Here's our log sheet. Florida hurricane. Let's go.
Let's go. I also want to say, I don't think we've ever had so little room in our van, but that's okay.
Filling up our van with water for the long road ahead.
And look at this. We have an extra fridge/freezer that we can use for relief efforts. Another cooler filled with like ice packs. And our bed up there is full of boxes with more supplies. Our van has never been so full. It's hard not going to visit some of our favorite places, but this bus ain't stopping.
The West Coast is looking pretty beautiful tonight.
Sunset riders. Sunset riders. Oh my. Our house is going by somebody else's house. Ah!
Wow, that's tight.
Oh my. Whoa, too close for comfort. Good job, pilot. Whoa.
Look at that train over there. It's full of military Humvees and all kinds of cargo trucks. They're ready to mobilize. Wow, I see 3 tanks right there. That's a long stretch of train cars. Like it just goes over the horizon, over the hills and the saddle of the mountain.
New Mexico. I was telling Drew, we're just gonna have to buy some stock footage of state signs, but we got one. We got one. What matters is that we get the Florida one. That's gonna be a feeling.
I gotta pee, so we're getting off.
Time to pee in the Lone Star State.
I got the shakes.
There's Mexico.
The border wall with all the barbed wire.
That's insane.
A whole different world just on the other side of there.
Wow.
Brittany finally got out of the car at this gas stop.
My legs hurt from sitting.
Move them quickly. Another gas fill up, but gas is almost $2 cheaper per gallon here in Texas than it was in California at $6 per gallon of diesel. Thank you, Texas. Morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
Another day for the road.
Another day for a smoothie.
Glad you're riding with me.
I'm the lucky lady.
You're the best.
For sushi.
Are you good with the Walmart tonight? Going to Wally World? What a day it's been. 800 miles. Good night, guys.
See how dirty those poor little bug bodies.
Yeah, it's like a tiny fender bender.
Feels like Texas takes ages to drive through. All those little animals. Poor babies. It's gotta be so loud in there. Now remember to keep that truck in mind. It's more like a beast. But remember that foreshadowing in the beginning of this episode? A little bit of foreshadowing here. Well, we're gonna pull that story thread through and into the next episode. But this episode isn't over yet. We haven't even made our way through Texas.
Pit stop.
Our first Buc-ee's. This place is huge.
It's popping. I mean, there are cars everywhere.
He couldn't resist.
Whoa. Just had to get a bite of Buc-ee's.
And he even got an apple pie and a Dr. Pepper Slurpee. This little guy's got 1 foot.
Look, he jumped up and grabbed him. Wow, he's really good at that.
Go. Oh, good job.
You made a friend.
Drew is about to show you what our nightly routine has been this entire road trip.
Every night, gotta do the shuffle.
Do your feet.
This is the shuffle. You take every item off the bed and you put it up front so we can get in the bed.
Because when you have a tiny house,
How much do you have in your suitcase, babe?
it's not for me, I promise.
Back roller.
Oh, I'd love to use that. But look at our hallway, guys.
Extra cooler. The bed is available.
Oh, lovely. You've had long driving days this trip, haven't you?
Man, you're telling me about it. We finally made it out of Texas.
I don't think we've ever driven this long, this many days in a row.
Goodness gracious. It's before 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm retiring early tonight. Last one in the bed's a rotten egg. Right.
Oh. Good morning. from a little hotel parking lot. Let me show you where we're at on the map. We are here, just north of Baton Rouge, and we're gonna be driving all the way. Well, today we'll probably make it somewhere near Tallahassee, and then we'll still have this little bit to go there. Just to give you a little behind the scenes insight of what these long drive days are like for us. Basically, Drew's being a rock star, pounding out all the miles while I edit in the passenger seat, because our job doesn't stop. We still have to create for you guys, and we have sponsorships that we've committed to, deadlines we have to hit. We don't get to put in for our 2 weeks vacation with this career choice here. And yes, Drew does remotely manage a little radiology company, but YouTube is our full-time job, basically. Who goes there?
Can I come in?
Yes. How's your dad?
He's doing good. We're trying to source some supplies and get a little dinghy for him. Little hard bottom Boston Whaler style boat.
It would make it a lot easier rather than, you know, walking until they clear out the roads a bit more.
Yeah. I have to say, in this whole situation, the municipality and the mayor is just making some bad decisions regarding the island and really screwing over people who live there who need to prevent mold and more damage happening in their homes. It's just bad management by the officials, I have to say that, and locals are not happy. And it's not just my family, it's lots of people. What am I gonna say about that?
Yeah. I sort of can't believe that they're keeping people from their homes like this.
Yeah, for a week, and now it might be 2 weeks.
To give you guys a timestamp here, it has been 8 days since the hurricane, and they still are not allowing residents on the island, and now they're saying another week.
It's actually about 10 days since the hurricane.
Okay, 10 days. I don't know what day it is.
It's the weekend. It's okay.
Also, I've sort of been wearing the same clothes. This is the first day I've had a new shirt on this whole trip. But when you're driving the miles and you're not seeing the people, who really cares? You know, just so long as you're not topless. Although, you've been known to drive topless a couple times.
I just like the wind on my chest hairs.
Can't say I can relate.
Take the time.
This is Brittany getting a little bit of energy out before we have to sit all day today. And I love seeing her do yoga. It makes her happy. It makes me happy too. So last night I drove until after midnight. It got super late. I looked up a spot on iOverland, found a abandoned restaurant. So we slept right here. A couple tractor trailers in the parking lot, a little bit of road sound, but it did the job. We're nice and close to jump right back on the highway and continue heading east. It's time for a roadside shower. Cleared the floor space in here.
How's your shower, babe?
Oh, it feels great.
This is what it looks like in there, everyone.
I can't even start to explain how good that just felt. Now I'm ready to take on the day.
I wonder if he would have still said that had he known what the day had in store. We're okay. We're okay. We're both okay.
We just had a semi hit Lucky Blue.
We just got rear-ended.
It's our camper van. We live in this.
I know. But how could we end it here? Well, this is where it ends. At least this episode. But be sure to tune in on Thursday. That's right, we're doing 2 episodes next week for part 2 of our Florida-bound disaster relief road trip, where we're going to be needing a little bit of disaster relief ourselves.